a lot of parents, it really comes down to understanding from the school authorities and from the health authorities what's going to happen if my kid gets sick. What's going to happen if there's a suspected case in the school, which is very different to a confirmed case. And it's really important that authorities communicate that clearly, and that it's clearly laid out to parents. And you said it in your question, if my child has the sniffles or has a mild fever, does that mean they shouldn't go to school and they should wait home and be tested? What are the arrangements? And I think sometimes lives are very busy for people nowadays, and parents do want to understand the rules of the game, how this is going to work out. And yes, the schools have many things in place in terms of pods and cohorting, and it's very important that parents understand that. More importantly, that children understand why the system works that way. But for the decision to send my child to school or not, what's going to happen? Will I be contacted by the authorities? There's an element of stigma. People feel fearful if my kid gets sick and then the whole class is sent home. Does that mean that we're going to be pariahs in the neighbourhood? So people have a lot of concerns that bubble underneath the processes, and the more that schools communicate with parents, and the more that parents understand what's going to happen if, and the more the public health authorities come in and intervene when there is a confirmed case. And it's very clear that the school doesn't have to go through this process alone. It's not just down to the schools. The schools have prepared a lot, they've brought kids back, but it's also important that public health authorities are there to work with schools, so it's clear immediately when there is an incident, an event or a case or a cluster, that the public health authorities come and explain to everyone what's going to happen next. And it's extremely important that we don't see stigma arising from the fact that a child is diagnosed or confirmed with coronavirus. Anybody can get this disease, and anybody can carry this disease symptomatically or asymptomatically, and it is not the fault of a child that they have this disease. And I think particularly we've seen this in other elements of community practice, and we've seen health workers been stigmatised because of COVID. It's really important now we don't stigmatise our children over this, or the families of people who have a COVID positive case.
I think Maria has something to add.